Mandem, 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 good morning, it's me, not Mirio. I've just played against my first cheater. Maybe some of you are more experienced with these moments and have seen these things yourself, whether in gameplay or elsewhere. I have only witnessed these things by watching a particular individual's funny haha videos. But for me, I have logged in today and been graced with the absolute blessing that is some form of auto-duck script, auto-punish, low-parry shenanigans, possible macros, I don't know, you tell me. You're the experts by reviewing the footage. I'll forget at this point whether I've already put the replay on before this segment or after this segment. I'll figure it out by the time I'm done crapping out this dialogue as we currently speak. But let's get into it. I don't know if Bamco is going to come along and do the necessary things such as, oh, we might need all of the possible evidence just to make sure we don't have people like this creating problems for everybody. So here we go. I get off the cabinet after playing against this filthy scripter. Let's make that clear. Dirty cheater. Dirtiest, foulest, unnecessary. But I get off the cabinet and I say to them, Miranda, you shouldn't use scripts. I can see you. To which Miranda responds, haha, someone say the same for you. So I think you are just projecting now. And I told them, legs, very honest, I think you have an auto-duck script. To which Miranda said, you are just projecting. So I decided, I'll check the replay. Maybe your defense is quite nice, because maybe it was. It's possible, right? There are moments in there where I thought this person is actually playing pretty damn solid, like clearly, right? I'm not going to immediately assume because the person instantly ducks a high and a string that they're cheating. I've never thought that before in the solid year that I have messed around in this game. I generally don't think that when playing Tekken. But I, and definitely the experienced eye, will be able to notice something about this set isn't quite right. So I do wonder, how long did it take you to notice that something was wrong? Because I feel like I saw something in the first set. But then, as this conversation unfolded, I almost started to doubt myself. And I wonder why that might be. So I said, yeah, maybe your defense is quite nice. But if you lost with cheats, oh dear. And Miranda responds, you can check. And at this point, I'm just being gaslit. Right? You can check, like, okay, am I wrong? Maybe I am wrong, right? I could be wrong. I could be. And then, at this point, I've checked the replay. And I think it is unequivocally clear that something is off, right? So I got off of that little cabinet and I said, no way. You're actually cheating. To which Miranda responded, you are just projecting. And I told them that's the first time I've played against one, which is true. I have never, in the year that I've played this, dealt with this, whether it's ranked or quick match or lounge. I have not seen this firsthand with my hand on the controller. Like people say. Yeah, they said, you are just projecting, like people say. And again, like I said, man, at this point I'm thinking, what do you mean like people say? Is there some kind of suspicious clique within the lounge that suggests that I am a cheater? Me? Because I can guarantee there are plenty of people sitting around Tekken King to GOD who have whooped my cheeks left, right and center and know full damn well that I would not cheat. That is crazy. And I play a good variety of players, whether they are less experienced or more experienced. They're less experienced, you coach them, you talk to them, you banter. They're more experienced, you compliment them. Maybe share some dialogue about the match. Pick up some bits and pieces. It's all easy, right? I enjoy Tekken, and I could not care less about loading up some script. I won't even know how. But never mind that, let's move on, right? Good job losing whilst using cheats. Because literally that's what happened. I got so far into that first set and I thought, God, how am I going to win this as Asazena? And I'm not trying to say she's weak, right? But imagine you find out that your opponent is a Mishima. and they can auto-block low, and they can duck your highs, and you're playing Asuzena. I know there are 7 people on the planet who understand what the dilemma here is. So they continued, "Sure, haha, just projecting." And I say, auto-duck scripts Gobi. Yeah, some Feng player walked up, right? He had a Feng avatar, he's called Gobi, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't want him to start typing some stuff and getting involved and it turning into some weird I'm typing things out of frustration and then there's some weird us versus them argument. No, I'm just having my exchange with this Miranda individual. This person who is clearly not cheating, right? Quotation marks over here. Imagine. Just projecting. Yeah, 16 frames of perfect low block for a 16 frame low. I remember that part in the clip. There's a very specific part where I think I did lib 3, and the way that the duck came out is something that was familiar from what I had seen in another video. There is no way that you have a clean, perfect duck that matches the exact frame data of the low, and then you try to punish it. And I believe this happens several times. I'm not like looking at the footage on one other monitor whilst talking about this, right? This was completely unscripted. I'm sat here with a nice mug of tea talking about silly thing that happened this morning, and that's about it. So Miranda continues, predictable. You know, because I'm playing like ass, clearly. You can see from the footage, clearly, right? And I'm just like, how many times? And Miranda goes, you have flowchart. I believe they mean flowchart, right? Which is true. You know, it's nice to use some flowcharts, get things going. No reason to entertain this combo. You script and you lost. I even gave you a full set, which is extra true, right? After the first game I thought, this person's cheating, I'm done. But, you know, there's a part of me. And I feel there's people out there that understand this feeling. There's a part of me that's like, you know, this person is cheating. And I took the first game. Why not take the second game? Because I think I can. You're just projecting. Don't need to lie about it. And the conversation's about to end at this point. It don't really go on much further than this, right? It's all fiff, faff, funny, ha-ha, not that important. But I'm leaving it here just to showcase that a person can get caught scripting, literally cheating, and they will just lie about it. You'd think a cheeky bugger like this would just be like, haha, I don't care, Bamco, not to do anything about it. This person tried to flip it on its head and suggest that I'm doing the things that they're doing, which was sending me into different levels of PTSD. I promise you, I was not getting mad, but there's a little part of me in the back of my mind that was like, no man, this is taking me to places I don't want to think about, okay? So I said I could make a nice video about this match, Mirio style. And they say, cause maybe you are used to cheats, so you can, no problem. I think the you can's probably about the video. They don't care. They don't care, so it goes up. Simple. I do wonder though, what is going through the mind of a person when you know that you're cheating and you're trying to suggest that I'm doing that? That's mad. That is mental. I don't, so I'm chilling. And I read these things, I start to feel crazy. It's like, am I just looking at this wrong? Did they duck and punish correctly? Did they match these lows perfectly? But no, somebody else stepped in and checked the replay, which is going to show up in just a moment. I promise this video is not going to be long. I don't even know what the plan is for this thing, but we're getting there, right? It's such a strange flex. You can also report me. And I was done, right? Anyway. Like I said, you are just projecting. I don't mind playing against you more, which is true. I don't mind playing against anybody in here, right? Whether you're good, solid, whatever, not too great, just play, right? Have a stable connection and don't be a knobhead. It's that simple. Play Tekken. Don't load up scripts, man. What is going through your brain and your ego that makes you think I need to cheat to have a good time in this game? Of all the things you could do, imagine. Pick any character, pick someone that's fun, go fight people. Take your losses in stride. What is going on with your goddamn ego that makes you go, you know what, we just gotta put some scripts on there and then lie about it when you get caught? That's mad. That is mental. Liar and a cheater. 2025 woman. I shouldn't have put this part in. Project less. And that was it. That was basically the end of the combo, right? And this person over here, who's got some clan tag in the name, I can't read text, whatever this is. But they popped in to just say, I just watched the replay. Miranda has electric wind godfist in 1112. He macros. So this person clearly knows more than I do. I didn't even check that part. But I think if you can check the footage, it'll make sense, right? Those of you that are used to seeing these things, you'll get it. The input for the command came out perfectly on 1 frame. I am experienced enough in Tekken and common sense to understand you just can't do this. Not unless you've got like clickety-clack skeleton fingers smacking down on your buttons at lightning speed. 1 frame inputs. But that's about it. And then I just had a small exchange of this particular person, and that's basically it. It was just done after that. Nothing else happened. Anyway, not much else to be added here. I'll forget once again whether the footage goes after this part or before this part, but I'm just leaving it here. Bamco, if by some miracle you happen to be watching this, Tekken team, etc, etc, please don't let these filthy cheaters play your game. It's very unhealthy for new players. I can have a good laugh about this as a relatively experienced player who just enjoys Tekken, but someone who is trying to get into your game will stumble across an absolute smack like this, not be able to defeat them and just think, well, what am I doing wrong? How do I improve? What do I do? While they're just getting off having the time of their lives, lying to themselves and lying to everyone around them. It's unhealthy. Please do something about it. As for anyone that could be asked to watch this video all the way to the end, cheers, I appreciate it. I'm not about to tell you to subscribe. I'm actually going to warn you that there isn't really much else content that comes along in this vein. So if you had a good time, don't expect more. Yeah, that's about it. Have a good one. Cheers, Mirio. Take care. Do forgive me in advance, you lovely little chickens, because I have never showcased one of these things before, but I have a pretty good grasp and understanding that I think I can show you what's going on here. So bear with me. I am going to try and explain this in a way that is helpful to any range of player, because the experienced ones are just going to know. You know I don't need to explain much to you, you're going to see it, because you understand the info. But if you just happen to be a new player, an inexperienced player, or maybe even someone that doesn't play the game and you're watching this for some particular reason, let me try and break this down for you, okay? We have all of the necessary info on the screen. Let's get to it. Bear witness to this very staple combo that is about to happen. I think I'm on the wrong round, by the way. Okay, there we go. Bear witness to this very staple Asuzena combo, okay? I am the player on the left side, the cheater is the player on the right side, the big pink demon. Heihachi gets launched with down forward 2. You then follow up with down forward 1, 4, and you hold back to go into back turn. From back turn, Asuzena has access to a very pivotal low attack. This low is being used in a combo. Bear that in mind, okay? There is no reason to block low when you are in the middle of a juggle in this particular part of the sandwich. Anyone that plays Tekken at any relevant level does understand this part. But I'll try to keep it simple. I do apologize if it's getting a little bit wordy. But here we go. Watch the numbers. I will break them down and we will go over them a couple of times just in case you can't see it immediately. So we'll watch it first. Did you see it? Or was that too fast? Let's go back. So we launch. And from back turn, I'm going to try and go step by step. I have just pressed 3. Okay? The low is just coming out. What is Heihachi doing? At the top right. The stick is in a down back motion, preparing to block low. And if you're still not convinced, just watch. Now, on the screen, the info for this low is at the bottom left. This low connects on the 19th frame. It is an I-19, Impact 19 low. That's 19 frames. If you look at Heihachi's down back input, how many frames is he defending in the down back position? Add them up. Because if you add up those sixes in particular, right? This is a 19 frame low, and he is defending for at least 18 frames. That's the perfect amount of time to block my low. But you can also slap that extra 2 on top of there, which came out the moment I pressed the button. So not only was he blocking for at least 18 frames, this person was blocking for a total of about 20. That's perfect. That is literally perfect. Let's go over it again. You see the lineup chart from the left to the right side. Maybe I'm not doing the best means of explaining this, but I know you see it. I know you understand it. I know many do understand this already. I have just pressed 3. You go all the way to the right side, okay? In line with my low input is a back input. And then the moment the low starts to come out, Heihachi is already holding down back. But get this, he is in the middle of a combo. Why is he blocking low mid-combo? Let's continue. Did you see it again? There were 2 instances back to back here, testing this old man's legs. Three has been pressed. Wait for the immediate down back input. Count the numbers. On the left side, even though it's mostly a how long am I holding the button situation, you'll see that my input lines up with the amount of time that he is about to block low. "19 frame low from my side. He is holding down back for somewhere between 18 frames and 20 frames. Do you remember the number during the combo? Bear that in mind, that's an important detail, right? A low connected in a combo earlier where there is no reason for him to hold down back, and altogether it was 18 to 20 frames because Heihachi hit down back plus a button for 2 frames. And then there were 3 individual inputs for down back that added up from 6 plus 6 plus 6, which was 18. So again, it is an average of 18 to 20 frames of blocking in the down back motion. I think it's pretty clear, but we can continue. I go low again, 6 frames. The registration after on Heihachi's side, he is holding down back. Now you could try and make an argument that this is more of a read, right? Maybe you just want to block low, but I think it's already pretty obvious from the previous 2 examples that this has happened. And there's 2 whole replays I could go through. One more time. Now, I'm unsure if there's anything in particular from the first round of this replay, so we'll check really quickly. I suppose I'm just going to dice up these parts to make it as digestible as possible, but I think it's already gotten a bit too wordy.
Filthy, disgusting, ugh.
Now, a detail that was brought to my attention by the lovely strange symbol name that approached me was that the crouch dash input is being inputted at an impossible rate of singular frame inputs. 1 frame on forward, 1 frame on down forward, and so on. You can't see it just here, but there's 2 things to talk about here. Okay, I've pressed down back 4. Almost immediately, Heihachi is about to start crouch dashing. You could argue he is trying to low parry which is what I'm fishing for, but count the frames on his inputs. Does that look normal to you? Another one. Let's see. We're in lip stance. We're about to press 3, which is a low. Do you see it? Do you see the empty space? My low is already about to come out, right? There is a 1 frame registration of this sequence beginning. And on Heihachi's side, you can see he is already holding down back. That's not even a read nor a reaction. It is frame perfect defense. The low connects. It is a 16 frame low. I-16. How long is Heihachi blocking for? And thankfully, I discovered in this instance it's very possible that Asazena might have the ability to cheat past these low defense systems, because this very annoying low into mid sequence might completely destroy the whole processing maneuver of an auto low block that people use. Because not only does it block for them, they still have to register that they've blocked, and then they have to punish it properly or defend accordingly. This person's too busy doing what? Pressing 4 into 1+4? I can't even think what's going through their mind to press these inputs. And now they're about to eat asphalt. Let's see. Raw back turn. And a macro electric comes out. So in this instance, there is no defense, because I don't think there's any way for it to register a down back input while a crouch dash is being inputted this fast. 1 frame forward, 1 frame neutral, 1 frame down, 2 frames on the down forward 2, electric. And they still messed it up. And the ducks too. The things that I wasn't sure about covering, but they were kind of important in the previous match. There are these instant ducks coming out from a very particular string. I wouldn't say that Asazena's Wild Rising 4-1 is particularly hard to duck, with experience of course, but look at how rapid this Wild Rising 2 comes out from Heihachi. Boom. Into the follow-up. Again. I think an argument could be made that that's very normal gameplay, but compared to everything else. Another example. I want to try and break down why he got hit here. Back turn. I press 3. Okay. There's a roughly like 6 frame window because it's after the button's been pressed. Down back is being held for 5 frames, which is 1 frame faster than what's being registered for the low. Okay. So if you assume that the button press counts as 1 frame, even though I held it for 5, I've held it down for 5. It's pressed on 1, and then you go up by 1 bracket and it says 6 frames. That's registering the move animation as of right now. Heihachi is already blocking. Perfectly, by the way. Not off by a cusp, not off by a margin, not waiting 5 or 10 frames and blocking at the last second. he is blocking for the entire duration of this move coming out, except the auto block is fighting the player controlling Heihachi, and this happens. A 2 comes out. He gets counter hit. He also blocks the follow-up blow. Admittedly, I should have gone for Lib 2 for the guaranteed wall splat. However, I was curious. Right from here. Advantage. Again. 4 frames into the move. 4 frames on defense. Also mashing down back 1 for some reason. Blocks for exactly 16 frames. Possibly more. It could be about... it could be 21 because there's a down back 1 input. But you can see the empty down back input. It's 16 frames. Tied with my 16 frame move, right? But he blocks it. I think this time he does get a punish. Basic while rising 4. But again, do you remember earlier in the clip where there was this weird press 4 into 1+4 situation? This has happened again. It's 4 into 1+4. So for some reason after blocking a low, Heihachi, this person, this player, this Miranda, is doing while rising 1+4. Bit of an odd macro choice, but there you go. I mean, there's already enough there, right? It's not like you need 10 examples of this person blatantly cheating. It's mad to even sit here and try and speculate. I think my mind's just leaning too much towards who knows who could be watching, but I need to think less about the audience and pay more attention to the fact that this person is getting away with this. That's mad. The mode doesn't matter. It literally does not matter. It's being used, and there is no consequence for it. What would stop more people from engaging in this stupid behavior? It's unhealthy, and it's off-putting. I don't want to see people get put off the game because they find out that there's knobheads like this getting away with stupid scripts, blatant cheating, and nothing's being done about it. It's a shame. But the best thing you can do is try to find these players when you're minding your own business, capture the footage, and just put it out there. Because the only way you're going to get these people banned, at the bare minimum by any means, is by showcasing it. You'd have to. Hopefully. Or maybe I'm blowing smoke up my own ass. Who knows? End of the day, at least you know this person is cheating, so if you bump into them, that's a nice fun challenge for you, isn't it? See if you can beat the person using scripts. And have fun with it. It's like a secret boss fight. And then you can feel real good about how stupid this person is when you hand their ass back to them. Now, with all of that nonsense out of the way, I'd like to end it on a more pleasant note by showcasing a genuinely solid and fun player, rather than talking about cheating shenanigans throughout the entire video. Let's get started.
Get ready for the next battle.
This might be one of the more enjoyable sets I have experienced during this recent patch, so I think it's best that I grab this replay whilst it's still available and showcase it here. There will be 3 matches overall, and then we'll wrap it up, because I think this video has gone on long enough. Enjoy! If there is one thing I do remember about this set, it's that this particular Reyna's wall carry was incredibly optimal. There were so many different moments throughout the entire fight that I really enjoyed. I can always appreciate a character with a quality sabaki, but I do miss Bruce. I was surprised this person let me walk out of the corner, but I think it's a pretty good example to showcase why it's so important to move in this game. If you're not practicing your sidestep frequently, if it's not comfortable to you, I highly recommend you work on that the best that you can.
Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight.
I've recently been trying to make a lot more use out of Asazena's backsway. It is a surprisingly good addition to her kit.
Round three. Fight. Round four. Fight.
I feel it's always important to look for opportunities to use Libertado as much as possible, or else you're going to be stuck playing a very simple, neutral game plan on a character that isn't always equipped for it. Strength lies in your confidence.
Final round. Fight.
Caught me slacking on the wake up. And this would be the final one we have between us. I honestly have so many replays bookmarked. It's going to be a nightmare trying to save all of them before the next patch. But at least I could make use of this one.
Round 2. Fight. Round 3. Fight.
I absolutely love the pace that this person plays at. And Illusion Queen. Nice. Forgot about the low parry. Look at that. Such... So clean! It's not enough! What an interesting day. 3 different formats slapped into one video. Not a lot of planning. Who knows how it will turn out. But I believe it is time to wrap it up. So to finish it, how it started. Mandem. It is me, not Mirio. I hope you've enjoyed your time. Keep enjoying Tekken. If you can, try to have a good time. And if you do find yourself coming across a filthy cheater, please, just do your best. If you lose, they cheated. If you win, they're absolutely shit at the game.